What's going on, everybody? Hello, welcome. Hope everybody's doing well. Happy Tuesday. Can't believe we're already on Tuesday, and it's June. So I'm gonna be cutting into Status Coup's live stream. John Farina, I believe his name is. He's freaking great coverage. So I just wanted to get on here and share the screen and share his stream and get more awareness out there, do commentary on it, and go from there. Probably help if I have my camera on. Hello. All right, here we go.
Of washing over our worst crimes as a state. People need to believe in the mythology of America as a democracy, as an exceptional country. I mean, one obvious recent example is the residential schools program where indigenous peoples were kidnapped from their families for decades in this country. And the interior minister under President Biden opened an investigation, and it's never really resulted in anything, you know? So only pressure from the streets can make these campaigns for accountability have success. They're hard to do because
guys, make sure you hit that like button too, please. Thank you so much for being here.
And what's really sad to me, as someone who's been fighting these battles for many decades, is the leadership of the Democratic Party is bought and sold to the corporate sector and to law enforcement and to the elites of this country. And they just make a few noises about helping the working class. But, their lack of leadership on basic issues of rights and economic issues paved the way for Donald Trump to take power. They never delivered a damn thing for the working class in any kind of significant way. And Trump was able to take advantage of that and deceive people and get elected. Okay, so the Democratic Party, we're seeing it time and time again. We're seeing it with the governor in the state of New Jersey. They are not standing up for the people. They are not delivering any
facts.
Real
exactly, they're not.
And what
Who uses the police?
Response to Delaney Hall is so tepid compared to the magnitude of the problem. To me, it's yet another example of what's wrong with the leadership of the National Democratic Party. And I'll tell you something, if that doesn't get fixed, MAGA is going to get elected again, despite Trump's unpopularity. It has to get fixed.
Real quick, any update? And I know you've been basically bankrupted by Exxon, other factors, Chevron, excuse me, disbarred. You've been fighting it. Tell people what you're working on now.
Well, I'm writing a book about the whole experience. I am fundraising. I'm doing a lot of activism work. I'm posting. And the Ecuador case is still alive. I mean, even though I got detained and I'm no longer a lawyer, there are other lawyers who hope to carry it forward to seize Chevron's assets in other countries. It is far from over. The reason Chevron
welcome, brother.
down and they won't allow me to get my law license back is they don't want me to be a full lawyer. They're petrified by the work that we did, the powerful work that we did. And it's an example of how the judicial system, we see it in this case with Delaney Hall, can become complicit with a corporation to try to repress the voices of those who do the work to hold the corporation accountable. But I'm doing well. I want people to know that. I also want to thank you. I want everyone to know that this guy, Jordan, was one of the few people who came to my detention cell in my apartment in Manhattan and interviewed me and called attention to the fact I was the first person in the country's history ever to be prosecuted by a private corporation. So I thank you. You do great work, and it's independent journalists like you that ultimately are responsible for saving the day in terms of checking the power of government abuses and corporate abuses. So I thank you for the work you do.
Appreciate it. Be well. So that's Steven Donziger. I'll keep talking to people. Smash the like button, share this live stream. We're going to get some folks over here who are jailed wrongly. I want to give you a couple reminders too. It's a very fluid situation here. Sometimes it seems calm during the day, calm at night, and you think nothing's going to happen. But then chaos happens either inside the ICE camp. I'm calling it a camp, not a prison. Did you want to talk? Come on over. You spoke really passionately. You're with Climate Revolution?
Action Network.
Climate Action Network.
Climate Revolution Action Network.
Climate Revolution Action Network. And I've seen your posts on social media. Tell me about, you had really strong words for the governor. And you also said, it's about fucking time you sued. This should have been done a year ago.
Yeah, I mean, this is all of this stuff. Once the demands are in the governor's power, whether or not she says it is. And two, She did all of this. This started with her sending in the state police.
Shame on you. Shame on you, Mike and Cheryl.
Everything was going on. I worked at the governor's office before this under Governor Murphy, intern in intergovernmental affairs, and worked for over a year in advance and briefing. I know the inner workings of the governor's office. You don't have a press conference with the attorney general, the governor, and the superintendent of the state police without them and their offices meeting and coordinating beforehand. They went out, they said things, they lied, and then used terroristic levels of force to put down protests for several nights in a row while openly and directly collaborating with ICE. You were on the ground. You saw that the first time that the state police launched tear gas into the crowd, kettled them from both sides, letting people like me fall to their knees, choking on the ground, unsure if they were able to breathe. Then allowing ICE to join their ranks and fire pepper bullets directly at us while the state police charged with riot gear and fired rubber bullets, fireworks, flares, tear gas. And then
they can hurt you, bro. Those things can hurt close range.
Tent where everything was moved after they asked us to move it and sprayed everything with pepper spray. That is a war crime.
Yep.
And I was also pepper sprayed directly in the face by GEO Group's employees.
Yeah, thank you for the follow, Jason Matthew.
If I could take this off, I would show you the bruises from them. These are private people, private citizens working for a private company. Governor Cheryl has the legal authority to go after them. And if it takes almost 100 people being arrested, if it takes us being brutalized, we will continue to do it. I also just think it's, you know what, let me get into it. I also think it's a joke what the Governor Cheryl is doing, because she's sending basically children, certain staffers to the ground who don't know anything about what's going on. They're denying requests from all of these immigrant justice organizers from speaking with them, saying that we're going to be too intense and asking too much of them, while their public statements are telling them that they are meeting with us and having regular conversations with them. Bullshit.
Well, I think there's a couple other things I want to ask you about because you have experience inside the governor's office. Number one, I was told by one of the lead organizers at that tent, who's been there for months, that she got a call from the state attorney general's office 15 minutes before the state police came in saying, don't be alarmed, but state police are just going to come to clear the road because there's an ICE shift change, which indicates that they're coordinating with ICE, which we've seen.
Collaboration. It's collaboration directly with ICE. We watched that. And then
I mean, we had footage of ICE shooting from sniper position while the state police
on the roof. And guess what? You have online ICE and the DH secretary cheerleading Governor Cheryl. We know whose side you're on because we can see you are literally on the Instagram, TikTok, Twitter of the opposite side. This couldn't be more clear. She hasn't even put out a statement that said, stop using my shit.
You know, what's alarming to me, you know, we saw this in certain ways with Governor Walz in Minnesota, but at a couple of the press conferences from Governor Cheryl, she's kind of insinuated that she doesn't want to give ICE an excuse to double down or turn New Jersey into Minneapolis, which whatever. I mean, you could take that for what it's worth, but I to me, that seems okay. So to stop Trump, or I'm worried Trump is going to escalate, I will deploy my state troops on unarmed people. I mean, it just seems like that's not an answer.
In order to escalate, I have to escalate. So we know, and throughout it all, Governor Cheryl has given the federal authorities the pretext to go after all of us, saying we're violent, saying that we're hurting people. That is how the Department of Justice gets involved. That is how Donald Trump continues to make statements about Delaney Hall in the Oval's office. If she thinks for 1 second that she did anything right in the past whatever days, you're kidding me. She has refused to sign legislation for immigrant rights. She has consistently pushed
Thank you
back
guys so much for being here. I
watered
appreciate
down
y'all.
legislation that immigrant organizers have been asking for. Things like making sure ICE isn't in our schools, in our hospitals. No, I won't do that. Right? Which side are you on, right? And we are the state of immigrants. We host the Statue of Liberty. We try to at least claim half of the island, right?
They work at Donald Trump's golf club or Bedminster in Jersey.
And what we are seeing now is 30, 40, 50 years of failed immigration policy. If you're the governor of a state that is currently living under fascism, you are our voice. We are not expecting the federal government to say the right things. So you as a governor who presides over 9 million people and one of the largest economies in the country, in the world, needs to be speaking out for immigration reform. That is a key policy, that we need to fix things, that we need judges, that we need legal representation, that we need to make sure that there's asylum for these people. We need to make sure that there's a path to immediate citizenship, right? It's not that hard.
Let me ask you also, you're with a climate group. You know, one thing I don't think's gotten enough attention in the media, this camp, I call it a camp, is in the middle of an environmental dumping ground. Outside Delaney Hall, I mean, it smells really bad throughout the day, particularly when it's hot. You have food, you have a sewage facility there. You have meat packing down the road. You have industrial trucks going up and all through the street because the entire area is industrial, and they do this all around the country, dumping industrial waste and pollution onto Black and brown communities. I was told by Congresswoman Ana Lilia Mejia that when she walked inside Delaney Hall, her throat locked up because there's no ventilation in here. It smells due to the environmental contamination outside. And as soon as she walked outside, it got better. We've been told of respiratory issues for the prisoners, poor ventilation, black mold.
Yeah, I mean when David and Garden State Accountability went out there yesterday, and Leroy, they were all talking about how horrible the air conditions are. Terrible, man. Really, really fucking terrible. Again, appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you guys so much. We're restreaming, watching the Coup Status Coups. John Farini, so I believe he's a great video journalist. He's out there right now, and covering this. He's been there. This is their day 12 of their food hunger strike. The hunger strike they're doing, which is amazing. So, but yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. They're hoping to shut down Delaney Hall, but we'll see.
OD, the executive, seems very proud to have his name big on where the detainees were brought. And then inside, it's a shame. It's a sham. It's disgusting. It's deplorable, inhumane conditions where people cannot breathe. And then you're introducing tear gas to these conditions. You're filling these facilities with chemical irritants.
Yeah, the other day we had reports that they released pepper spray inside while turning off the vents. You know what that's called? Gassing prisoners. When you turn off the vents, which are poorly ventilated anyway.
Yeah, what do you think what is that rhyme joke, guys?
Which is a war crime. I haven't heard a peep about that from the governor of the AG's office.
They're so unwilling to call it a concentration camp. They're so unwilling to acknowledge the slave labor inside. Less than $1 a day for a company that's boasting to its private equity backers and Citizens Bank that is making record profit, and its head is now running the acting director of ICE.
$254 million in profit last year.
Yeah. And you're telling me that we can't go after these people? There's nothing that we can do. There's nothing that they can do because they don't have enough money to upgrade the facility and make things work. We don't want to upgrade the facility. We want to shut down.
Yeah.
Horrible conditions, mold, rotten food, people not being able to breathe inside, sewage. Detainees being forced to be their own janitors and clean up after themselves. This is slave labor inside of a concentration camp. I'm not just saying that to say that. Half
It's the truth.
or more of my family died in the Armenian genocide. Was put into boxes and thrown into the Black Sea, forced to walk hundreds of miles through Syria to escape. And what we are clearly seeing is the very same tactics used against our neighbors. And you, whatever, say it's in a historical context, it's happening here, an hour away from us. Right?
Wow.
Like this, you know, in every other conceivable place in the world, this would be not only the most heinous action by an administration of any
Hey,
kind,
Christine, thank you for joining.
but jailable for the people who are in charge.
For those new people, we're restreaming right now live the status coup of John Farini, doing great coverage out there in Delaney Hall, talking with protesters, talking New Jersey. Yeah, thank you. In Newark, yeah. Talking to protesters, talking to people that are out there, talking to people that are, you know, talking about the hunger strike, talking about the lawsuit they're filing to shut down permanently Delaney Hall. So we're watching that right now. I'm just giving my commentary, watching this, and we're just, you know, so
we've been dodging tear gas. Frankly, we don't have enough safety equipment. I don't have the right safety equipment. This is not about us, but I want to make clear. We have been out here every day, the leading national independent outlet.
Yeah, we're covering
last year in LA,
report.
New York.
We're covering exposure report and Garcia Accountability's live stream last night. That was pretty crazy too.
John and JT. Minneapolis, we were there before Renee Good was assassinated. We were there after Alex Prede was assassinated. We don't just show up and parachute in and out for 5 minutes like the rest of them. And I wish we had a third and a fourth crew member just to document us on the ground while other journalists are sitting in their fucking cars. If only you could see. I literally saw the CNN reporter here sitting in his car as we and protesters are being pushed into 18-wheelers and then come out once everything was calmer to do his little report on CNN, pretending that he was out here covering the action. Let that sink in. You have journalists probably making, my guess is, hundreds of thousands of dollars more than us.
Oh,
it's not about money for us, but just pointing out the financial difference. You have journalists sitting on their ass in their cars for whatever reason. They don't want to take the risk. They want to be safe, whatever.
Now the tyranny
and then going out to do a report on CNN pretending they were in the action. I don't knock you for being afraid. This is not for everyone, and it is scary. I was scared the other night. You'd be crazy if you're not scared with a fucking horse coming at you or grenades fired. I saw that when I saw that horse looking at me straight, I saw the afterlife. I said, I got to get the fuck out of here. Seriously. If you are not scared, you're not thinking, okay? But don't go and pretend when you go live on your networks or wherever you are that you've been here braving the elements. No, you've been sitting in your car. And we passed a woman, and again, I don't knock anyone for being scared, but we passed a journalist who was sitting in her car with her phone as the horses were coming at us. Why are you doing this then? Why are you a journalist? At the very least, don't go on air and pretend you were doing it. And those people were not out here. None of these national journalists were out here before the grenades started coming, before the tear gas, before the pepper spray, before the pepper balls. They weren't out here a year ago. John was.
Garcia Accountability, Exposure Report, they're all out there.
Some of the hostages escaped. 4 of the prisoners escaped.
David, the Exposure Report got hit. He got trampled again.
We were out here 3 weeks ago.
He got hit hard.
Nobody was here. I think we were the only media when they had an event for the 1-year anniversary of this camp, and they had drum circles, and I interviewed loved ones of 2 of the prisoners. So this is not our first rodeo, folks, and I'm asking you, and I will be direct. For those that cannot afford it, this does not apply to you, because I know times are tough, and even $5 a month might be too much for some people. No shame. But if you do have $5 a month, what's your fucking excuse? What is your excuse not to support the only, and when I say only, it's not the discount. You got Andrew Mercado, Ford Fisher. There's a lot of other indie people out here. But when I say we're the only national news outlet, independent national news outlet, on the ground, risking our safety, our lives, straight up, I'm on muscle relaxers right now. It's really miraculous. I'm even speaking coherently because I'm hopped up on drugs right now because I fucked up my back and I've had 2 surgeries before this.
I do. He
Governor
is, but
Sherrill's
I love it.
stormtroopers launched a grenade right
guy.
at John and
Great
my
coverage,
foot,
great
and I
coverage.
fell backwards onto the very part of my lower back I've had to get 2 surgeries on. You didn't see it on camera, but I had to crawl to the grass because I couldn't walk. And people
Man,
came
I
up
wanna
to
be
me,
out there
medics,
so
thinking I had
bad.
my leg injured. And I had to explain to them, no, it's my back. It could be a lot worse. I'm not being starved or tortured in a prison. So it ain't about me.
Like, just to
But I
show
just want to
that,
let you know,
people
if
that
you
they're
have
not
not
alone, man.
signed up yet as a member, and you do have as little as $5 a month, I'd
And you
really
can't
like to ask
use
you,
the
what are you
state
waiting for?
police as
Do
your
you
own
see
military.
anyone else doing this kind of coverage?
Sick
By
sons
the
of
way,
bitches.
it's not just John and I. We got Jenny behind the camera, Colin behind the camera, Michelle behind the camera, Ty behind the camera. We don't have a big staff. Right now, we're about 6 people. They've been working 18-hour days to turn these clips around, to get it out on Instagram and TikTok and X and Twitter and all the other riffraff. Okay? You got Will. Let me not forget Will was up here from DC getting incredible photos. We captured an ICE agent literally karate kick an unarmed protester into an oncoming 18-wheeler. I'd like to know, where was Governor Mikey Sherrill then? Why didn't she send out state troopers?
Shame on you, Mikey Sherrill.
When ICE was pushing and kicking people into trucks.
Shame on you.
That. And by the way, there's a solution if you want to kind of calm down a protest. I'm not for this solution, but it is preferable to firing grenades at people. It is preferable to firing tear gas, outlawed by the Geneva Convention, pepper spray right in people's faces. You could fucking fuck up their eyes or blind them. It's not less lethal. Let's stop calling them less lethal. Okay. Rushing horses in. What do you think happens when a horse is running into a densely packed crowd? It's called a stampede. A horse almost ran us over, folks. Hit our camera.
Wow.
You know what you could do instead of that? Just get your stormtroopers out there and zip tie folks. I don't encourage that because I believe we have a right to be out there. But that is a
Yeah, you guys, make sure you go follow his guy. He's got great
calm
shit.
down a protest rather than creating Fallujah on the grounds in Newark. So I am asking you, I am begging you, I am begging you, if you got as low as $5 a month, statuscoup.com/join. For us to continue at this pace, we need to grow. We need to expand. We need to be able to hire more reporters, more producers. We desperately need better safety equipment. And I got news for you, and the guy who's about to come on is probably going to agree with me. This is not going to stop here. This is not going to stop in New Jersey. Trump is an expert in changing the topic, in changing the story. He's probably going to want to change the story from his failed illegal war.
What happened to the Epstein files? Release all the files.
Involvement with the Epstein ring. You don't think he's going to bring out the old goodies and have a summer of ICE? So we need, and by the way, we haven't even talked about the midterms. It's very likely things are going to get violent in October and November when Trump tries a Stop the Steal 2.0. So we need your support. Statuscoup.com/join. If you want to come on, Chuck.
I want to mention something. We all think that the protests have been suppressed and things are quiet now. But like Jordan said, this is not the end of this because this whole week they were bringing new recruits of ICE agents. New ICE agents have arrived here in New Jersey, in New York. So what comes next with all these ICE agents? A surge. Just like we saw in Chicago, just like we saw in Minneapolis, the surge is coming next with all these ICE agents here. So that is something to be ready for. I just wanted to mention that because, ICE they're not leaving New Jersey and New York.
And, I also want to point something out, and not enough reporters do this. Listen, if you're on camera, every person on camera has some type of an ego. So thank you for whatever credit you give me. But this guy behind the camera has big brass balls of steel. John Farina deserves a gold medal, 10 Pulitzers. Not that we really care because most of the people get Pulitzers don't even deserve it. But this guy he doesn't flinch. He runs into the action. And he is, if you could only see how he operates in these very tense situations, he deserves a lot of credit. Come on down.
Nice.
So Chuck Modi, independent journalist based in D.C., you came up here to cover protests.
Yeah.
You've covered ICE protests before, Black Lives Matter. I think you were in Ferguson. Is that correct?
For months, sure.
This is not your first rodeo.
I think we first met in Ferguson, right?
Yes.
We were on the sideline in 2014. Let me just take a moment here. Like, let me up Status Coup, because we run into each other a lot. We stop Cobb City. John Farina, that's my guy we run into. And I want to echo something you said. You know, I came in from D.C. after I saw this stuff. Status Coup was here from the beginning. If you go back to Minnesota, when everybody came for Renee Good and Alex Preddy, but, you know, Status Coup was there before that just to show how the Somali immigrants were treated. Status Coup was here before to show how the ICE detainees were treated, not after shit got hot. And I always respect that about you. You pick a story that you think is important, and if shit blows up, it blows up. And if it doesn't blow up, whether it's like the Flint water crisis that some people, it may mean that it's sexy, but it's very, very important, they're going to cover it anyway. And so shout out to you, shout out to John, shout out to Desiree, shout out to everybody who does this great work.
And I think we should point out, let me give you a little behind the scenes here.
Yeah, everybody. David, the Exposure Report, Garden State Accountability,
bad is
Leroy
mainstream
Truth.
media?
Shout out to all you guys.
They have to buy footage from us. They have to buy footage from us of the grenades and the tear gas and the pepper spray and the pepper balls and the horses, because they won't go out on the street. That's how, and it's good for us. I should be charging them way more. They're all fucking cheap. I'm talking to you, CNN, MS Now, all that. But they reach out to us for footage because they're not on the ground, frankly, risking their safety. So you came up and you're a journalist. Yeah. You were covering the protest. They've been trying to push the protest as far down away from the ICE camp as possible. They're creating barriers. They're creating curfews. We've seen this before, but correct me, you were arrested for trying to cover it?
Right. I was arrested for trying to cover it.
Who does that remind you of?
People may have seen a video of Shaka. Young man's name is Shaka, who the police violently arrested. He was saying a speech that this is what we've been dealing with for 400 years. There's a black man. Now that might make sense. And mid filming it, the police just surgically grabbed him in a military fashion and pulled him out because they didn't like a black man speaking their mind at that time. And right away, the first thing I do is I try to put this video out because we feel that they're about to close in on us. It was the kettle was closing. There were 4 or 5 of us. So all of the other people you see in that video were arrested. They jumped on my back. They slammed me to the ground. And it was personal when they slammed me to the ground. After they slammed him to the ground, about a minute later.
You identified as a journalist?
I did. I had a giant press vest on. And it said like press in big letters. And I told them. And I think I could be wrong. But the way the guy, after I was down, sustained and said, stop resisting, I wasn't resisting. No one was resisting. They did the ties, the plastic ties, way tighter, like an extra, and it felt personal. Whether that's like you don't like press who are covering this or not, I can't say for sure. But
yeah, that sounds a lot like
what happened with Leroy. But I want to make this point. I've been arrested before. You know,
he carries around that huge, giant-ass press pass. He doesn't need it. It's huge, Leroy's press pass.
That's not true because even a metal cuff that cuts into your wrist still has a little loop that leaves circulation. But when you do this with a plastic tie that is thick, you cut off your circulation. So as we're coming on 3-4 hours, I was in excruciating pain. Same with Shaka, because he told afterwards they want an extra 2-3. That those ties are used to cut your circulation off, and I felt my hands were blowing up.
And to be clear, this was state police or Newark City police?
This was the Essex County police. And it doesn't come off to 4 hours later. Shaka is in there and he is saying, please take these off. I am like doing meditation tactics to just not think about it. And if you had asked me 4 hours
in. Thank you again for hitting that like button.
Right,
please make sure you go ahead and hit subscribe as well.
Spend a week in this jail. I would give me the week in the fucking jail. I just wanted to stop. And I say that to say is that I do think like it's good to be arrested. I say this now. I wasn't saying this at the fucking time, but to feel for a moment or 4 hours or one day
You were in there for 26 hours.
26 hours. One day a taste.
Leroy was
of
there for
what
9.
The ICE detainees are feeling every day.
But
Or black and brown and poor white feel every day in these U.S. prisons is important. It's worth like 100 racial justice books, I feel like sometimes, to feel it, because I just got a taste, but the helplessness. I couldn't be like, I'm pressed. They're like, fuck you. In fact, I went to one of the guards. I kept saying, please, and can you loosen these? They can't loosen it because it's not metal. You have to cut them off. But we can't cut them off till you get inside. Well, get me the fuck inside. And he said, well, you should have thought about that before you were in the kettle. I should have thought about them. I'm a grown-ass man. 9 p.m. I can't stand in the street. And technically, that curfew is bullshit because we were 0.6 miles away and you pinned it. And the curfew was 0.5. But let's say it was with
curfew is bullshit.
Is that really what you want to do for grown people who are peacefully protesting? Unarmed people who are unarmed singing songs out of Woodstock. I mean, it was bohemian and shit. People are like, give peace a fucking chance. And they're like coming armed. And then they give every protester, including myself, got rioting charges. You seen the video. Did you see rioting? You did. It was from the police. You saw the video. They said not only rioting charges, resisting arrest charges.
Yeah, David,
the
exposure
cops,
part on
when they
here.
were
Talk
arresting,
about
he said, stop resisting, to give them cover. But all the video speaks for itself.
Actually, I got a clip I'm going to show you.
Rioting. You're going to see some crazy class action lawsuits. There's a whole litany of just both craziness and illegality in that prison, how they treated the women in that prison, how they didn't care. And what I took away with it is that they were not just vengeful, but they were petty. Like I have to get my car. It's stolen. Not stolen. It's impounded. They took all the cars off the street.
Yeah.
They wanted to make the protesters' life as difficult as possible. But what they did is
they impounded David Exposure Report's car as well.
Protesters a taste, just a smidgen of what is going on in those ICE facilities where women are not getting fucking tampons and they're getting infections and they're fucking dying. And
women have miscarried in there too.
Women have miscarried. And I think I want to say this. After they took the cuffs off, which was pain, it was a breeze for me, like, because you recalibrate what pain is. You're like, oh, we're 19 people in a 7x10. I don't give a shit. I don't need sleep. I'll sleep on the floor. That cement looks great right now. You know, even though we'd have to take turns of whom could lie down.
Unbelievable.
But all that was nothing after they took the cuffs off. But I have to tell you why it was nothing. Because I knew I was getting out in 24, 48 hours. And what all that was going through my fucking head when those cuffs were on is like, what if I didn't know when I was getting out? What if that I was detained for a year and had to deal with these motherfuckers, deal with these fascists who were almost bordering on sadistic because they were mocking the protesters?
What if in the middle of the night, you're brought to an airport strip, put into a plane and sent to a country that's not yours?
Jordan,
what if?
Jordan, right there. Exactly. What if? All these what ifs. So you go from first like,
great.
Oh,
shout
shit,
out
I'm
to
arrested.
the
You stop thinking about yourself. And I had these moments where I stopped. All I'm thinking about are the people who don't know, who are in there indefinitely, or those cuffs. I want to research if people had gangrene because they.
Guys, let me know how the audio is. Give me one if the audio is good.
I want to know the torture, and when you feel it, it's very different than having knowledge. It is just very different. So I'm grateful now, but I thought it was fucked up. But I was thinking about the people taking nice. I was thinking about the people in the Palestine prison.
Thank you, Howard.
And there was reports. It's named Welcome to Hell, written by Betzalem, August 24, 118 pages about the systemic torture that goes on and rape that goes on with Palestinian prisoners that was actually experienced by some of the flotilla activists, which luckily we didn't have to go through. But you get a
How
taste,
is any of this making any America great?
There's no way I could fucking be silent while this torture is going on. And I know I'm filibuster, but I want to say this is the other thing that's going through my brain.
Give me some water. I'm gonna keep playing this.
Movies were like, I don't know, Criminal Minds, right? In Criminal Minds, someone's in a dungeon, and a woman's in a dungeon. The serial killer's about to rape her and kill her, and somebody comes up and saves her. They always save her just in time, right? And that's like, we know this shit is happening, whether in Israel and Palestine, where they're in ICE facilities. And in every movie, what we all agree on, whether you're a Republican, a Democrat, or independent, no matter what your political ideology is, you think that woman should be fucking saved. You think everyone agrees on that, who the bad guy is, who the villain is. And yet in real life, when it's actually happening in our facilities and our detentions, and it's documented, whether it's Israel or America, we're like, that's cool. Let that woman get fucking raped. But every movie you've seen, it's a problem. But when it's in real life, we're motherfucking silent. And once you start dealing with this, you can't stop. And that's why I know you've been in the streets all these times, because you've seen it, you know what it is. And once you see it, you cannot be silent.
Well, you actually beat me, because I was locked up in 2017, but that was for 22 hours.
Yeah.
So you got me.
So how did your taste feel?
I'll tell you, the worst thing for me, actually, and shows my privilege, they took my glasses.
Oh, yeah?
I'm blind. So at a certain point, when you can't see anything for hours and hours and hours, you kind of go a little loopy, because I don't know what's going on around me. I can't, there's one toilet in a prison. This was in St. Louis. They put like 30 people in a cell that maybe you're supposed to have 10. So for me, the worst part was I can't see anything.
Before you ask that, I got to tell you the greatest act of solidarity we fucking had. 19 people in a 7x10. 24 hours, no one took a shit. No one took a shit. Like, we were holding it in, because I'm like, I ain't doing that to these 18 other people. And all 18 people, like, we're not going to do that. So it's like, when they handed out these little grandma cookies that had cream, I'm like, I'm not going to eat those cookies, because those cookies make me take a shit. And I love these people who I'm in a fight with too much to do that to them. You know what I mean?
You don't see this on mainstream media, do you?
You definitely don't see this shit on mainstream media.
I want to bring up something, because I know through your coverage, and everybody check out Chuck. You're on X. You're on Blue Sky.
At Chuck Modi one. Move to Instagram, because I'm so shadow banned on Twitter these days. I used to post 80% Twitter and 20% IG, and now I flipped that.
Twitter's a joke. I don't even bother. But I want to bring up, because you've seen the FBI infiltrate things like this. I know for fact there's been undercover FBI out in front of Delaney Hall. There's been Homeland Security in front of Delaney Hall. And I want people to understand how propaganda works. And I'm going to give you one example. So a couple nights ago, we're live. And if you saw, I'm not even going to give him what he wants, which is saying his name. I'm not going to say his name. But there was a right-wing propagandist who pretends to be a journalist who was basically stalking our stream. Came onto our stream several times, was saying I was lying. He said, no, what did he say? The prisoners are volunteering to work for $1. So that's that guy. But what he did, he went into the mutual aid tent. That is not a part of the protest, by the way. It's not a part of the protest. It's been there since January. It's frankly run by a couple older protesters who have been out here for a year trying to shut this prison down. He went in under false pretenses, probably said he was, probably did not identify who he was, took footage, then pushed it out on X under the auspices, this is the Antifa tent. This is the Antifa tent. They're housing radical protesters.
With food.
They have thousands of dollars of lavish food like donuts and pizza and coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. And he basically propped it up. This is like how Nick Shirley, that douchebag's thing, went viral.
I know who you're talking about, by the way.
Yeah. So this fucking loser, pea-brain, idiot, who like sleeps with ice action figures under his bed, by the way, he claimed that
that's funny, by the way.
he claimed that he's been here all week. I happen to know he got there that day, that he claimed he was here all week. He claimed that he didn't hear about Trump's $1.8 billion slush fund. Yeah, you didn't hear about it. Anyway, for January 6th convicts. Anyway, so he puts this out on social media that this is the radical commie Antifa tent and they're housing donuts. And what does this do? The right wing goes nuts. It went around like lightning fire because Elon Musk owns this fucking cesspool, and they prop up this right-wing garbage. And it's already been Ashley St. Clair, former MAGA, has talked about how they have DM groups with all of them coordinating messages and pushing out these lies. So this then spreads to Fox News and the rest of the right-wing echo chamber. There's a radical Antifa commie network in a tent outside, and it's dangerous, and they're housing the protesters. And what happens? The next day, FBI and Homeland Security officials come to a tent housing such dangerous weapons like donated diapers. Let me repeat, donated diapers for the families of struggling immigrants, for the families of struggling prisoners inside that prison who, when they come here, they have their children with them. And, prison's scary. So the tent's meant to be a safe place for the children. There's kind of games for the kids. There's food. There's donated diapers, donated clothing. Not like.
Let me show you guys. Let me show you this. Let me take a break from this real quick. I'm coming back to it, but I want to show you this.
You won't let anybody go this way. or
before I show this, this is made by Scalzo Photo. Shout out to Scalzo Photo. If someone can drop his link in the in here, I would appreciate it. So make sure you guys go sub to Scalzo Photo. So I'm gonna play this real quick so you guys can get a good. This guy's a genius. He did a cool. He did like all 3 angles. I don't know how he found like footage from other auditors that were out there and and other people that were out there. You know, just and I think he even got it from like one from like which we call like a mainstream media even or something. I don't know what news station, but you know, so he did a great job. So all right, so I'm gonna play it for you, and you guys let me know if it shouldn't be echoing, double playing, because I'm screen sharing something, but I muted that. So just let me know. I'm gonna play it. All right, here we go.
that way, and they're running. So, go this way? Go! Okay. Go! Get it! Keep going. I'm pressed. I'm pressed. I'm going. I'll go wherever you.
Wow. Y'all got hit. Look at that. Look at that body check. Look at that. Look. Wow. Crazy.
Where am I going? I've been complying. All right, so they basically just beat the shit out of me. They're telling me this way, they're telling me that way. So where do I go? Okay. All right, so I'll comply, bro. Please don't hit me anymore.
Wow, man. Shout out to David Exposure Corp. Someone put his link in there and Scalzo, please.
Sir, where should I go?
Get in there.
In this way?
Get in there.
Sure. All right, so they basically put us in the middle of this big dog pile.
Wow. That's crazy. Just watch one more time. Just one more time really deserves. Oh, wait, did I pause
So
it?
they won't let anybody go.
Okay, no, I didn't. But yeah, let's watch one more time just because to give it that exposure, bro. It really needs to be seen.
So they won't let anybody go this way or that way, and they're running. So, go this way? Go! Okay. Go! Get it! Keep going. I'm pressed. I'm pressed. I'm going. I'll go wherever you.
Wow, man.
Where am I going? I've been complying. All right, so they basically just beat the shit out of me. They're telling me this way, they're telling me that way. Sir, where do I go? Okay. All right, so I'll comply, bro. Please don't hit me anymore.
Damn, poor David, bro.
Sir, where should I go?
Get in there.
In this way?
Get in there.
Sure. All right, so they basically put us in the middle of this big dog pile.
Wow. Ridiculous. I'll keep that in the studio later if new people that join want to see that again. But wow. All right, let's go back to these guys here.
Do you know that I think the contract was up. The Joe Biden administration pulled strings to keep the Elizabeth ICE prison open. Let that sink in. A Democrat who ran on let's restore the soul of the nation and all that jazz. His administration pushed to keep Elizabeth ICE prison, which houses ICE prisoners, open. Obama.
Do you want to watch? What do you guys want to watch? What happened with Bongholio's stream at that 28-29 mark? If you guys want to watch that, we can watch that.
When the opposition party is MAGA light.
That's right.
I don't know about you. I try not to drink it because my wife yells at me. But if I'm going to drink Coke, I just drink Coke. I don't drink Diet Coke. Yeah. I like the real thing. I don't want the fake fascism. I'll just have the fascism.
This is why I fuck with you, Jordan, and fuck with Status Coup, because what you mentioned about Biden, I did not know till last night in the cell. It was like an educational session because I'm not from Newark. I don't know. So I'm like asking questions like, tell me more. And they told me exactly what you just told me, that it was going to close down, but Biden pulled strings for it not to close down. I did not know that. That's an important piece of information.
Why do we think, this is just speculation, but why would a politician pull strings to keep a private prison open? Can we check their fucking coffers?
Okay, I'm going to check it out. Bongholio starts at 151. Okay.
Any of the, it's not just people get it
Thank
twisted.
you, Brandon Mitchell.
You go look at.
If you guys want to drop his link in here
I don't
for
see a direct
giving
donation
some credit,
from
that'd be nice.
whatever company owns that prison. It's not always the direct donations. It's the Wall Street banks that are invested in those private prisons. For example, Democrats don't always take the most money directly from big oil, but Wall Street is invested in.
Okay, so we'll put that. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can share this tab. Boom, nice. Okay. Okay. Might as well just put it in full screen. Okay. All right. Let's let's check it out.
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Fucking racist police. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Fucking racist police.
According to Google Maps, you are already outside 0.5 miles. Just sharing if you guys do not understand the curfew. You attack them. You're already there.
There we go.
You're already 0.5 miles away. Check on Google Maps. 0.5 miles away. You're already 0.5 miles away.
That's why you gotta let go. Just let go.
It's those papers. I almost slipped on them too. It's the laminated shit. I almost fucking busted my ass too.
So, according to Google Maps, finally here, we are outside.
Yeah, that is crazy. You got that call, Aya Margate. Brandon Mitchell, me FTP.
All right. So where we're at right now, let's see. It is 9:48. So the curfew has been implemented for 48 minutes already. Somebody is saying that if you check Google Maps, we're already a half a mile away from the facility, which is,
thank you.
From my understanding, that's the curfew, like the distance. So I don't know if this is what they do all night. This is gonna be this all night, or if they're gonna keep moving in, or what.
Live stream, I'll do that. Well, maybe people like stream, you know? If we are in fact 0.5 miles away. We should be in safe territory.
Is that David we can hear on his stream?
I think they just want to have their show of force. They probably want to.
Yeah, it was on my stream last night. I remember that.
Yeah, they already blasted off right here.
Right here.
Yeah,
so,
right here.
Well, maybe it's because they're behind the point.
Yeah, that's David, all right.
Kind of like
I get what you
Shout out
mean.
to David the
you know,
Exposure
like
Report.
record into my building. Wait, I'm in public.
I did it from here.
Yeah. Is everybody in here? In here?
For any of you guys who are still watching, hit that like button. Let's get people to watch this because I'm sure a lot of people would like to see this live. Now we got cops coming from this way. Oh shit. What do we got going on now?
Uh-huh. Wow. Crazy. Here we go. He says, oh shit.
Damn.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I think that was
They're
Vinny with
coming
the
this
mask.
way.
Hold on, let me go back. Where? No, that wasn't Vinny. But Vinny was there. Yeah, Vinny was the. No, I don't think it's this one. I don't think it's this. This guy. I don't think that's him. Doesn't look like him. No, they were not.
For any of you guys who are still watching, hit that like button.
Do it.
Let's get people to watch this because I'm sure a lot of people would like to see this live. Now we got cops coming from this way.
I mean, yeah, Vinny, they were there, but they were together mostly, but there was times where they split apart for a minute. So I was going back and forth on their stream. But it was great coverage to those guys. Shout out to them. So shout out to Long State, Garden State, and Exposure Report.
Oh shit! What do we got going on now?
Oh shit!
Damn.
And I this is the last time I pause it, I swear. But I hate one thing. It was driving me crazy with Garden State's live stream. He has some isolation, noise cancellation thing on his phone that goes to default. So when you're FaceTiming, it cancels out the noise around you, so it just hears you. Makes sense. You got to turn that. Thank you. That's true. You got to turn it off when you're doing something like this. If you're recording, there are ways to change your audio settings from versus isolation to like wide spectrum. So, yeah, there is no such thing as a curfew, right? Listen, guys, this world has been going towards a direction that it's unsettling, but it's those kind of scenarios where you're almost seeing like, I don't know, either really good, bad, or really good or really bad movies, like a James Bond kind of villain, or like I don't know, you know what I mean? It's shifting towards like this is going to be something where we are rewriting, we are reversing history, we're going backwards. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Is there a way to keep the streaming in a lock screen? Oh, like why he's vertical? Yeah. So I'm assuming he went through I saw him going through. I saw him go. If he's going through YouTube, you have to make sure it's in horizontal setting before you go live. If you're live, you're fucked. You can't change it. If you're not live, you got to make sure you change it to horizontal, not vertical, because it will go to vertical stream set capture by default. So you got to go horizontal. So make sure you do that, and then make sure your rotation is unlocked, and then go ahead and have at it. Like, I want to lock my phone, but keep streaming. You can, yeah. I think. I don't know if YouTube allows you to close your screen while you're streaming. I know, like StreamYard or something like that, or different device, other platforms, apps, you can. But YouTube is very weird about locking their screen while you're doing things. You know what I mean? So, were there any other people? We were seeing using the press right or as an excuse to riot? I didn't see any. Nah. You know what I mean? What's up, my brother? We're watching social justice water pipes. We've been watching. It's been a coverage day. A little bit of a lot of bit of the Status Coup journalists out there in New York, right, New Jersey, for this whole shit that's happening, and then at the Delaney Hall, and then going over like David the Exposure Reports, like his video that I'll show you here in a little bit, and then we're watching social justice water pipes video of him at the protest a couple nights ago, where the cops were rioting. Cops were rioting, not the fucking protester, not the journalists. I was lost with Dubs suggesting it was wrong if it was. Listen, Howard. If you don't do those little tedious little things before you go, you know what I mean? Oh, and Brandon Mitch, I hope that I figured out your question. Staying productive, keep up the good work, bro. God bless you. Yeah. So ridiculous. Everyone was storming each other. Where the state police going against the people. And David was even in an area where they were press allowed, where he had his credentials, and he kept saying, "I press." Up here. We're gonna play this. I promise you, we're gonna play Bong Holios. We're gonna do that as well. But let's go.
Won't let anybody go this way or that way, and they're running. So, go this way. Go. Okay. Go. Get it. I'm pressed. I'm
pressed.
I'm pressed. I'm going. I'm going wherever you.
Oh, damn, man.
Can I take up my phone? Where am I going? I've been complying. All right, so they basically just beat the shit out of me. They're telling me this way. They're telling me that way.
Yeah.
So where do I go? Okay. All right, so I'll comply, bro. Please don't hit me anymore. Sir, where should I go? Get in there. In this way? Get in there. Sure. All right, so they basically put us in the middle of this big dog pile.
Wow. Sorry. Radical. Those aren't radical. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? And now, so let's watch Bongholio's. And he was there. This is the same event, same thing that was happening, and we're watching his perspective now. So, yeah, sorry, I was reading a text. I was in the middle of I was like, I kind of got zoned out. I was reading a text. Okay, but I appreciate you checking on me. Hi. They wouldn't know it. Yeah, yeah. Here we go.
Oh shit!
I know, right? Shout out to Von Holly. Okay.
See this lot too.
Go back a few here.
According to Google Maps, you are already outside 0.5 miles. Just sharing if you guys do not understand the curfew. If you attack them, you're already 0.5 miles away. You're already 0.5 miles away. Check on Google Maps. 0.5 miles away. You're already 0.5 miles away.
It's those papers. I almost slipped on them too. It's the laminated shit. I almost fucking busted my ass too.
So, according to Google Maps, finally here, we are outside.
All right. So where we're at right now, let's see. It is 9:48. So the curfew has been implemented for 48 minutes already. Somebody is saying that if you check Google Maps, we're already a half a mile away from the facility.
For their parents?
Which is, from my understanding, that's the curfew, like the distance. So I don't know if this is what they do all night. This is gonna be this all night, or if they're gonna keep moving in, or what.
Stream my stream. I'm cool with that. Anyway. Well, maybe you can go live stream.
I'm sure you will. And pee on them afterwards.
0.5 miles away. We should be in safe territory. Although I'm not very confident that.
Do you see any rioting happening here, guys?
I think they just want to have their show.
Do you see any of us being crazy, being like, you like destroy things and like getting in their face? We're keeping our distance. Our cameras are pretty freaking good. You don't need to be that fucking close, and you can zoom just fine. You can zoom just fine. But they think we're being crazy, radical. They think we're being just irrational and hostile, and we're being crazy. Like, if anybody knows David Snow, the exposure report, garner state accountability. All right, bro. Snuffles is funny. I like Snuffles. You stick around. Snuffles, stay around, please. Okay, I like it. Keep. You're fine. It's fucking funny. But you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Nah, bro. Leroy Truth, bro. He goes into like these hostile environments, like situations where there's the riots, excuse me, when they're celebrating on the streets, and he's getting blasted in the ear by air horns and smacked around with these the election signs. They were being hostile. They were being crazy. They were trampling all over him. They were cornering him. They were blasting him here and intact. You know, literally, harassing him. But didn't anything? Yeah, you see, of course. You better fucking seen it. It's Snuffles. You better go, Snuffles. Go watch it, because that will show you the crazy disconnect here. Mikey Sherrill, you're governor, right? You're the new governor? So you know what I mean? Like, she's not even like, people getting hurt. There's people dying in these detention. This they call it detention. I call it a nice prison. There's people dying in there. She's not making any pictures. She's not saying anything. Whatever, right? But now we're in here at Delaney Hall, and we're trying to document why you guys are here. We're trying to show that people are here that are also expressing their First Amendment right, freedom of speech, to say, yeah, get out of here. They can say that. People can say that. Anyone can say that. But because we're doing that, we're documenting that, you don't like it. Because you think you could just come in there in the town and just everything will be okay. No one's going to talk about it. All right, so let's watch this.
They probably want to get that down the block here.
They already blasted off right here.
Right here.
Yeah,
so,
right here.
Well, maybe it's because they're behind the point. Kind of like
I get what you mean. Like,
don't record into my building. Wait, I'm in public.
I did it from here.
Yeah. Is everybody in here? In here?
For any of you guys who are still watching, hit that like button. Let's get people to watch this, because I'm sure a lot of people would like to see this live. Now we got cops coming from this way.
Yep, here we go.
Oh shit. What do we got going on now? Oh shit. Oh shit. They're coming this way. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, I hope Dave's okay. Oh, they're fucking going buck. Oh shit, people are going down. What the fuck?
Wow.
Holy shit. Dave. Shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. They're coming this way. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, I hope Dave's okay. Oh, they're fucking going buck. Oh shit, people are going down. What the fuck? Holy shit. Oh my God.
Hold on, Snuffles. If cities want to allow ICE to work, what's work for ICE? What's that look like? Capturing people, taking away from their homes? Come on, bro. Nah. Listen, and law enforcement has no place for anything when it comes to immigration, when it comes to people that are not from this country. That's not up to them. That's not for them. That's for the judges and the court systems. They need due process. They need to go through the process. They need to go through the proper procedures, and they need to do all that. That's fine. Do all that. But that doesn't mean you need to get the law, state law involved and the local law enforcement involved and treating us like we're wild hogs and you're capturing us in a cage. And you're just coming in and riding and just going in and just sweep through us like that. No, come on, Snuffles. I like you, but listen. Law enforcement does not need to be involved with anything like that. Like anything. ICE is a bullshit. Is a bullshit group. It's ridiculous. It's just a bunch of people who really had nothing else to live for, and these people, these guys that are claiming, rounding up doing work. Yeah. You know what I mean? Exactly. That's what I mean. This isn't the way to do it. You don't use the police as your security, as your intel. That's just what I'm talking about. Where was Micah Scher through all this? Where was her, trying to be all diplomatic and trying to resolve the solution and de-escalate the situation? Where were you? The fuck were you?
Oh my God.
Yes.
That was nuts. I hope Dave's okay. Dude, they just started cornering us.
See?
They were just cornering everybody. Holy.
And they weren't doing shit before they cornered, were they? First of all, as if they weren't already cornered enough.
Shit. I got to make sure Dave's okay.
Wow, what horrible people we are. We got to make sure our friend is okay. Got to make sure another human is okay. Got to make sure another person is okay. Ishmael, salam. This is bullshit. And they're pinning us to be the problem, the antagonizers, the you know what I mean? But you just heard it from his own mouth. Gotta go check if my buddy Dave is okay. What happened, man? What happened to the whole humanity and I don't know. It's just sad. So shout out to Social Justice Water Pipe. We're watching his live from that night. And we also had the clip from the Exposure Report as well. We're watching his when he got literally during this whole interaction, he got stampede over. And shout out to Scott Safota. He did this great little sequence of different angles of that. So thank you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I hope. Let's keep watching. Thank you, bro. See, now here's the thing. Did I ever say anything about Republicans? Did I say anything about Democrats? Did I say anything about that? That's bullshit. Those are just sheets over your eyes. They're just curtains. Ooh, it's a magic trick. You ever had a magic trick when your dad was little? Okay. Here I go. Okay, here I am. And then there I am. And then, oh, where did I go? Wake up, fuckers. Wake up. Oh, wow. We got Ishmael and we got Skeletor in the house. Everybody's just joining today. All right. What's going on, guys? What's up? So I'm not taking this political or not, did I? I said right, wrong. People. It's not about left or right. It's about right or wrong. Do the right thing. Exactly. They all suck. They all fucking suck. Some people have a stronger opinion that more than others. Fine. Everyone has their own personal feelings. I'll keep mine to myself. I'm not gonna say which is better or not because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. That's what's right for the people at the end of the day. That's what's important. That's what matters. They work for themselves, pretty much. People in the government work for themselves. They don't really work for the people. That's what I'm talking about. That's the problem.
Oh shit, it's going down. Oh, these people are getting arrested right in front of me, so we're not trying to get arrested here tonight. Holy shit. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty intense. They started coming from this end, from behind us, and then they started coming from in front of us. So there was a moment where we were just all boxed in.
Take a walk, you're gonna join. Take a walk, you're gonna join. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Go.
Oh shit, what are they doing? What are they doing?
Exactly. What are they doing?
They got mad fucking zip ties. They're arresting a bunch of people. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm filming on another camera, which has better quality that I'm going to use for a video when I get home. Holy shit. I got to make sure Dave's okay, man. He was right in the middle of that shit. David Snow, the exposure report. Who's watching his live? Who's watching this live? He was right next to me when they just barricaded us from every end.
On the sidewalk now. On the sidewalk now, you guys gonna join the center group. Let's go.
Wow. The police. The police are telling you guys. Can you hear that? Can you believe this? For doing nothing wrong.
On the sidewalk now. On the sidewalk now, you guys gonna join the center group. Let's go.
Wow.
All right, so everybody who they centered, they're arresting. I'm fearful that David got caught in the middle of that. So I know David, he was peacefully just recording, just being a citizen journalist. That all happened so quickly. So I am concerned that David is getting arrested and is right in the middle of all this, probably catching some amazing footage. But does anybody know? Can anybody go on the exposure reports page real quick to make sure he's all right? Because he was right next to me. He was right in the middle of that.
Yeah, really, dude. She really does need to get fired.
So that whole center crowd is getting arrested. So when they bombarded everybody from every which way, anybody who was in the center, who were the people who were all kind of chained up, are all getting put in zip ties and getting arrested. That was, I guess, their tactic to try to get rid of the crowds. I mean, apparently we're already a half a mile away from the facility. They put all their shields down.
Back, folks. Back. Back up to me. Back up to me, please. I'm not here for the extra. Let's all work together.
My level is low. So anything touch me, we're gonna have a fucking problem.
I was just nice to you.
No, not you. I'm talking about anybody else.
Oh, okay. I was just nice to you. Yo, this is gonna be your last warning.
No, I just my friend, he's a journalist. I want to make sure.
I don't care. Let's go.
Right? I mean, I would just say I don't care. There's somebody hurt. If somebody's hurt, go fucking check them out.
All right. I think it's time to go.
Half that cops wasn't even working here when I got here.
Damn.
My family at? You can't keep it.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got your hands up? Why you fucking your hands up?
Keep off, leave now, or get arrested.
Oh, Leroy wasn't there for that. He was on his way there.
You pushing me?
Yeah,
I was on my way to the county.
You're not going there today.
They hit me, and I'm disabled. Do they know my grandma was the fucking first councilwoman in North? Don't touch me. I'm coming to bring my family money in the county. Yeah, I'm passing a line. I'm gonna fight on the wall.
Leave now.
All righty. Time to go. Time to go. It's about as well as I'll push it. Yeah, I'm fucking out of here.
Jeez.
Holy shit. We gotta get the fuck out of here. That was nuts.
God, he just
Hang
down.
on. Let's fucking back up.
Hey, shout out to everybody in here. Make sure you hit that like button, please. Yeah, he came later where everything was pretty much died down.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
We can rewatch
What
that
the
too.
fuck? Give me a second. Let me set you guys up on my stand here so I'm not holding the phone and driving. Holy shit. That was intense. Oh, that was intense. Fucking glad I came here. Oh my God. Holy shit, dude. That was intense. I'm being blocked off here by police, it looks like, but they got to let me by. Now I'm trying to leave, so, you know, I think their objective is to have everybody go. And I had to get to my car, so,
All right, I got you, BM. BFM.
We know you're protecting ICE. Mikey Sherrill, you can hide. Mikey Sherrill, you can hide. You hate First Amendment rights.
Can I ask you a question? Were you the guy that was on the video that got shot right in the dick? Yeah, I wanted to show everybody that bruise. I saw that video and when it got you right in the dick. That's all I wanted. Yeah.
And they actually popped blood vessels on my dick. Here's the whole.
I heard you just did a whole interview with that guy, and I heard a lot of that, so I don't want to take up your time. I just wanted to get it. Thank you. Up to the front, bro. All right, so he's like everybody's trying to get a word with him because he got shot with the rubber bullets and stuff, and it went right through his dick. When he said, "Do you want to see it?" I didn't hesitate. Yeah, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to see somebody who got shot in the dick who's willing to show. I mean, whatever. If he pulled his pants down and YouTube just threw me off the platform, whatever, it would have been worth it. But that was a hell of a bruise. Yeah, I woke up to this morning to I think it was like 1 million views on the one post.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely wear a cup. Everything. I would definitely get a cup and everything. God, jeez. God, that just makes me want to like cry. Golly, bro. So let's see. Yeah, that so where yeah, this is it. Okay. Okay. Let's do this one. All right.
subway, they tell you back up there is nowhere to go. So there's a woman asking to leave. They cannot leave. So. I wonder if I should ask them to leave and see what they say. They won't let me, right? What if I say, here, I volunteer, put me under arrest, charge me with trespassing? They don't want to do that. They want to brutalize everybody right now. Yeah. Yeah, I completely gave myself up over there, and they still beat the shit out of me with these fucking things. So they're gonna encroach on everybody. We're about to get fucked up. All right, so they're moving in on both sides. This is like one of those movies where like Indiana Jones and the wall is caving in and there's nowhere to go. You would think law enforcement would at least give people an opportunity to leave, but they're not even doing that. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in the United States of America. I'm David Snow. This is the Exposure Report. You're seeing it live here. I expected something different. I would think they would let people leave, but you proved me wrong. Or they did.
We're outside of the zone, guys.
We're outside of the curfew zone. Why are you settling us?
Officers, we're 0.5 miles away.
We're 0.5 miles away. That's where the curfew zone ends.
That's what you told us to do, y'all. We're literally complying.
We are complying with your orders.
Can we leave?
We know there's an affordability
You just
crisis,
leave.
but like, come on, look out.
That overtime ain't
I got to get this to my producer. All right, guys. I mean, I wish I could just walk away and leave and
But we can't. We can't. Y'all put a gate around us. Man, it's a shame. Y'all put a gate around us.
I may have to end my live stream and put my phone in my pocket because I assume once they start charging in, it's going to go flying away. I'll leave it recording, but I don't want to lose, certainly don't want to lose my phone, so I want to secure it, I think. Actually, I'm going to put this thing away. They already knocked my battery out. I'm sure I got some scrapes and bruises from being pummeled on the floor over there. But, I didn't bring my bag. I didn't expect. I didn't. This is my first day here. Yeah. So,
yes, Leroy, I can hear you.
I'm covering for a YouTube channel, The Exposure Report.
I'm going to get my microphone. So, hello, everyone. Welcome. And we're live.
Press leave.
Live here right now.
Everyone has freedom of press in this country, so we're all press.
Not there, but restreaming The Exposure Report. They're peaceful journalists, and they've corralled them in, which is the danger when media are neutrally reporting an event. He's been caught in the corral, and he can't get out.
Should I leave, guys? What do you think? Put a 1 if I should leave. Put a 2 if I should stay. Yes.
Can someone put in David's chat that we're live streaming or restreaming this live?
I'll do that now.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Fanny. Just let me know you're gonna help.
You guys,
all right, please smash the like button, everyone. We got 104 people in here. David was already attacked. He was trying to leave, and they attacked him anyway with shields from all different directions. And he was telling them where.
Let me know, guys, by the way, how the audio is.
And they just ignored it.
It seems like a large part of this group here is press. I mean, technically, 100% of everybody here is press. We have freedom of press in this country. Everybody can be press.
That was not free press, respected free press experience there. They corralled all of the press who were simply reporting on the event, not participating in the event.
Go, I don't care. Shut your mouth and go sit down. Go. Go. You're not leaving.
Right. Got a little extra shove on the way out. I had to exit, guys. How far down did we go?
All the way back past the box.
Okay, thank you.
Let's go.
Damn.
Why they gotta yell? I don't know.
Wow.
I want to get my car out of here. Holy shit! Where's Mikey? Listen, the fact that they didn't want the press there and are keeping those people hostage, basically, is proof enough. It's proof enough of what they're doing. I was not going to stay there to get brutalized again for no reason. We have the facts. They're about to arrest everybody who's left there, more than likely. They're going to brutalize anyone who's here, and they don't want the cameras there to show it. Hopefully they have their own cameras there. But I do want to get my car out of here. Where's Mikey? Can someone tell me where Mikey is at? Is he in the proximity here?
Gone, and so is your car, bro. Unfortunately.
They let me leave because I have a press pass on. They said press can leave, although everyone has freedom in this country. 100% of the people there can. They are recording. They are disseminating it to the public. Everyone is press. If you have some sort of credential, obviously anyone can make a credential. Your own company, like myself, independent journalist. I made my own credential. It got me out of there this time.
Poor guy, bro. He's got kids. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying.
But they literally trapped everybody in there and would not let them leave. So the people who are there right now, there are many people who wanted to leave that are not press. They wanted to leave and stopped from leaving. He's in the car. Thank you. Tell him to wait. Can somebody tell him to wait for me? They would not let people leave. Then they said, press, you can leave. Who is not press there? Right? Everyone, we all have freedom of press in this country. So 100% there to leave. That were there should have been able to leave. Sorry, I'm a little worked up.
It'd be right to be.
Press should be able to stay there and
not too long ago,
be able to document what's going on.
Ago, they closed in on us. They hit. At least I got hit with shields. I got thrown to the floor. They were all their weight with the shields on me. I lost my phone. I had to dig through the under the fence to get it. They were trying not to. They were trying to push me away from it. I fought with all my might to get my hand to grab this phone and get it back. Otherwise, I was pretty much screwed. But I did get it back, and then they couldn't. They put us all. They closed to put us in the circle. Most of the people here are press, have press credentials. For those who don't, they are press too. What's up, GGA? Go record what I can see. There's no getting closer than this. Look.
And welcome, everyone. This is the Exposure Report live streaming at Delaney Hall, which started as a peaceful protest. The mayor of Newark put a curfew.
You know, I think it was unfair for them to blank everybody and kept pushing this way. Most people probably would have complied in some way, shape, or form, and at least been able to get out to a
let's make sure hit that like button.
Instead, they trapped everybody in the circle there. And are they going to arrest these people, or is that what they're doing here? I'm assuming that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, they're probably going to do a mass arrest. And David can't hear me because we're restreaming our live stream, but they're.
Hey, you guys have been here for several nights. Is this unusual?
This has not happened previously.
So, okay. So they basically
in circles. It's called kenneling.
Kenneling, like farm animals. They rounded everybody up, and now they're arresting them. They gave.
Leroy, if he does end his live, he can just come in here on StreamYard and we can still use his feed from his cell, just like how we do with you.
It stinks here, literally stinks.
My mic sounds good.
As members of the press, we should be able to be within sight.
I like my mic. Sounds good.
But they don't want to see it. Oh, nobody's listening to this guy. He's by himself. That's where we are.
Back up. Back up. Back up. So this black car here. Back up. Back up.
So you can see I'm right next to the black car. He's just trying to impose some authority over people. It's a couple of feet. It's not endangering anybody. Trying to be careful. It was a very violent scene here today.
I'd say so.
It looks like they're arresting people down there. They basically herded them all in a small area, and now it looks like they're shackling them, throwing the torture cuffs on them.
They're probably mass arrest.
Taking their freedom away for exercising the First Amendment constitutional right, the same one every single one of us is exercising.
The mayor and of Newark and the governor want to give a message. That's why the mass arrests.
Thank you, bro.
Am I in anybody's way here?
How are you been, Benson?
All right. I don't know if you can see what I see here. I mean, you know what?
Right, I'm watching the live
I would have
stream
taken
from
the arrest, but I felt like it was smarter to document.
For watching the exposure report, but we were from Leroy Truth's channel. We were streaming his that night because he was going to end his stream, so we were going to take over. So I'm just going back over for some people that haven't watched it, and there's some clips here that I have. Just going over the protests and everything that's going into anti-ICE protests in Delaney Hall in New Jersey. So it's just been a pretty crazy couple of weeks, really. I mean, there's people that are on hunger strike on day 12. This is day 12 of their hunger strike. It's really fucking sad. This ICE prison. There's people having miscarriages, women being denied of healthcare service needs. Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad. So we're just going over like the live stream that I'm going over it. We're watching it and just kind of doing a little bit of a recap of it. And for people, you're at 48 years. Wow, Jesus, noob. Here, I'll put the chat on here so that way you guys can see the whatchamacallit. Chat with Twitch. There we go. All right.
Men from over here.
Yeah,
I don't have anything to prove with that.
Yep, no arrests. It was good to get out of there.
Do you hear them chanting? I mean, that circle was a really small circle. So when they start chanting like that, they move in closer. Basically, they've got them all pushed. All right, they move, I move. They're gonna have to keep pushing us back then.
Wow.
This is our job. We have a duty to be
really crazy,
sight
man.
and sound. They have a duty to let us be within sight and sound, but they're not. I'll show you my bruises later. Like they're putting their shields down.
While he's talking about the bruises, here's what he's referring to.
They won't let anybody go this way or that way, and they're running.
Move! Move!
So, go this way?
Go!
Okay.
Go! Get it! Keep going.
I'm pressed.
Keep going.
I'm pressed. I'm going. I'll go wherever you. I told you I'm going to take up my phone.
Right. No, it's all good. So there's a ICE detention, ICE. I call it an ICE prison. Immigration Customs Enforcement. So they have a facility in New Jersey. Yeah. And these agents have captivated sandwiched him. Yeah, exactly. The thing with immigration. Yes, correct. Yeah, they violate exactly. Right. So, and they have a facility in New Jersey, and people are going there anti-protesting it. Right. So they're anti-protesting ICE, and it's anti-ICE protesting. You know what I mean? And but peaceful, no craziness, no destruction, no fights, not from us. And a couple of colleagues of mine, anti-protesting. I know, man, that could be a new thing. There could be protests against protesting. I don't know. But no, but it's really sad because they're getting the local law enforcement involved, and they're just causing destruction. And it's just no, you're right. I accidentally said at first anti-protesting ICE. I meant to say anti-ICE protesting, like meaning no, they don't. But anyway, but these guys, the people of the video we're watching, they're not there to go with they're just there to document. They're just there to film what's happening, to let people know, because there's not really any mainstream media. No one was showing up. No one was being there. Nothing. Of course you can give your opinion. You're always, first of all, anyone in this channel is always welcome to give their opinion. Always, always, always. If you don't, then because it's going to be boring, because I'm not going to be giving you guys always the best. So. But please give your opinion, because, listen, I'm not saying that there shouldn't be any kind of enforcement against illegal immigrants. There should be due process. There should be a procedure. Fine, let's do it, man. Why? Do you know how much illegal immigrants have contributed to Social Security last year? Like billions. Billions of dollars. Billions. Like 34, 32, something like that. But they contributed to that shit. So just remember that. Support resistance against dictator. Follow all of them people. I follow all of them people. Yeah, brother. Yeah. Listen. Hang on. You know what I mean? As far as like, let's do it. Let's do it in a better way. So let's keep going. Oh, done. Wrong one. Let's finish this one.
Where am I going? I've been complying. All right, so they basically just beat the shit out of me. They're telling me this way, they're telling me that way. So where do I go? Okay. All right, so I'll comply, bro. Please don't hit me anymore.
May I believe you agree with me? So, are you saying that you think it's good what these ICE agents are doing by like collecting everybody, no matter what the story is? They're just taking orders. You think it's all okay? Okay, good. Then we're on the same page. Just want to make sure. Just want to make sure. I'm a little dyslexic. Just want to make sure. Okay, no. You're fine. You're fine. And listen, if that's how you feel, you have every right to feel that way. The design not make you a bad person. They are very dangerous. Very dangerous. Look what's happening. They're getting local law enforcement involved. Law enforcement is there to regulate. Yeah, you're in Belgium. I get that. I can understand. But you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. They're there to protect us, not surround us and treat us an agent. Wild pig.
Sir, where should I go? Get in there.
Brandon Mitchell.
This way? Get in there. Sure. All right, so they basically.
What's the butt? What is dangerous? And what aspect is the dangerous part? I'm just curious. Oh, yeah. ICE is dangerous for everything. There should not be an ICE. Listen, man, I appreciate you. Thank you. Listen, guys, if you guys don't know, I'm also on Twitch and Kick. So, shout out to those guys. Thank you very much. Who's on those platforms? All right. Yeah. Much love. Much respect. Absolutely. All right, let's finish watching this. Yeah, that was pretty much over. Remove. Oh, absolutely. Listen, man. You know, I don't go into like my personal, like, I'm not gonna tell you where I would register, you know, because I don't really it doesn't really matter. It's bullshit, right? If I tell you I'm Republican, doesn't matter. If I tell you I'm Democrat, doesn't matter. If I vote Republican, doesn't matter. If I vote Democrat, doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. It does not matter at the end of the day. You know why? Because it's an illusion. It's just like that. See? Oh, it was an illusion. It doesn't mean shit. It's not what's right for the people. All right, let's bring this back up on the stage. Let's continue watching this. Again, I appreciate everyone being here. Make sure you hit that like. All right. All right. Let's watch.
And they're probably just about to handcuff some people. I don't have my number.
Exactly. No left, no right. But no one for people. Exactly. These people in the suits up in their fancy offices, they're working for themselves. It's for their image. It's for them. They're not giving a shit about the fucking people, man. If you really are, You're starting unnecessary wars. You're gonna cause people to be paying thousands of dollars for years. Gas prices are crazy. I'm not gonna see. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying.
Staying down here though, he can walk down here. We're okay here. We're outside of that little thing they did there, and we can take pictures from here. You can let them know he can take pictures from here. They broke my thing that I had my phone on, this thing here. They got somebody on the floor over there. He just got in my shot. All right. You can see the artwork on the wall. All right, so they're laying people down, tying them up, and putting them into, I guess, arresting them. I don't know what they're going to do with them after that. That was very unexpected. Hey, Mikey, came to back you up, buddy. How much of the same shots do you need? I guess as many as possible. I don't know. I can't really get much more than this, so. So as you know, law enforcement has the monopoly on violence, and there's nothing you can do about it at this point. Yeah.
Right in the show.
Go ahead and smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe.
Hey, hello, Arya. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Leroy, we got you.
Okay. And I'm in the car here. All right.
Yeah, I'm half. He's half a mile away from the curfew zone. I believe we were half a mile away from.
Are you using your wireless mic?
Yes. Can you tell?
Can you tap on it? Okay. Yep. Just making sure.
All right. Good.
Volume is good and thumbnails changed.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, everyone. I'm Leroy Truth, Leroy Truth Investigations, live with Arya of AVDesigns, as well as Garden State Accountability. Vinny, please subscribe to them both. And we're here supporting David Snow of the Exposure Report, who was live and he was attacked by the police. So we still have the live stream.
So I got this Buddha, right? I got the Buddha. I love this Buddha. And this one is a special Buddha because it brings wealth, prosperity, good fortune, luck, kind of shit like that. So you're supposed to rub his head. And then this around his neck. When I went to go see those monks, they were handing these out, you know? So it seemed fitting. So I put this on from a monk to a monk. There you go. And I send it to you guys. Yes, ask a question always. Yeah, there you go. Now you can see it better. I had my background a little too blurry. Oh, and also check this out. Do a little show and tell. My knife, not knife, my mail opener. My mail opener. It's you know, to open up my mail, but it's like a samurai sword, a katana or whatever you want to call it. So it's kind of cool. So I put that little sucker right there. But yeah, how's my show and tell? Yay, it's a show and tell. Yeah, thank you, bro. Okay, go ahead and ask your question. Yes. Yep, it's playing. Oh. Actually, hit the wrong button. So I'm gonna wait to see what your question is. Yeah, I love my Buddha, man. I think that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, my shelf's coming up pretty cool. I'm liking my display. It's coming up pretty nice. I don't hate it. It is a lot of shit. But yeah, it's good. It's good.
All right. I'll be back on camera in a minute. And I'm just visiting a friend here. And I'm going to make my way down to Newark right now, actually.
Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below.
Also, before we Matrix about that. Right. Let me see. I got him. What's this message? Wait, just reading this message. Sorry, hang on. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Hold on. Damn. I'm just reading this message. I'm sorry. I'm just catching up with something. I didn't notice it was behind, going off like crazy. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Now, this got so we're gonna go back to the to okay. To the status scoop here. And he was done talking to that gentleman. Terrific interview. Fantastic interview. But now we're going to watch another interview he did right after that with this other woman. I didn't hear it. I have no idea what she said. I just brought it back up, and we're going to listen to that. So let's hear what she has to say.
Minneapolis in Newark here. So Emily, we spoke with you in Minneapolis. I believe JT spoke with you a couple times. Yeah. And you were thumbing your nose in their faces out there at Whipple. You were, along with others, a community network, really, basically trying to keep each other safe, alert folks when ICE was coming in, even before, like, the worst of it. I was saying to John the other night, wow, this really feels like Minneapolis to me. And I wasn't in Minneapolis, but some of those, I mean, between ICE pushing us into oncoming trucks and the state police with their grenades and such like that, it just seems like the fascism travels.
Oh, absolutely. The fascism doesn't have borders. It's the same fascism that we've seen overseas, that you guys have covered overseas. You know, like what's going on in Ukraine, or what's going on in Iran, or back in Afghanistan or Iraq. It's the same fascism that we're seeing everywhere that's currently bombarding Palestine, that comes back home. It's the imperial boomerang, which you guys are well aware of. And if people think that borders are going to protect them because it's somewhere else, they're not. We're just seeing the same things that the rest of the world has been seeing from us come home. And so it's going to travel to every city. It's going to expand. That's the nature of fascism. Until you physically stop it and make it end, it's going to continue growing, because that's what it does.
You know, something that really strikes me. I wasn't there, but John and JT were. The day Alex Brede was murdered, the streets of Minneapolis, I mean, for 4 hours, it was really the only time I've ever felt like I almost called John and told him to close down the live stream, because I thought they were going to start firing real bullets. It was that bad. And why I brought that up is it wasn't just ICE and Border Patrol. There was state police involved too. And, you know, the media, they make our leaders kind of like I was just saying, it's the blue team versus the red team. And yay, Tim Walz. I'm not blaming him for everything, but there was state police in Minneapolis joining ICE and Border Patrol, attacking with grenades. And I mean, just an onslaught of tear gas. It looked like a war zone in Minneapolis. And we saw the same thing here the other night, where when New Jersey State Police were coming in with horses, they were rushing us with grenades, pepper balls, pepper spray. I mean, between my goggles, I couldn't see. Trying to make sure I'm pulling him because he can't see behind him. There's barriers where you're trying not to get run over. And then we saw ICE in sniper position. I mean, you feel like, am I in like America or a Call of Duty? But can you talk about that coordination? Because we saw it at times in Minneapolis and we're seeing it here.
Oh, we're absolutely still seeing it in Minneapolis. And you're going to see it across the country, because you can't spell police without ICE. They're all the same. They all are being coordinated to be even under more direct control of each other, so that they're not getting different orders. Because one of the things we had been running into Minneapolis originally was one level would give them one order, a higher level would give them another order, and then they didn't know what orders to go off of. So we're seeing within police that being more organized, to where they no longer have so much discretion at the bottom, I would say, to where they're taking orders all the way down. So
and could you tell us, because obviously it's fallen out of the mainstream news, what's going on in Minneapolis still? Because frankly, the media made it seem like, oh, everything was fine now, but I was being told, yeah, they're still doing stuff overnight. They're still doing stuff just a little bit less kind of like Wild Wild West. There's still people being abducted into Whipple, which, by the way, is on top of a former Native American concentration camp. That doesn't get enough attention, but the main ICE camp in Minneapolis is in Fort Snelling, where they literally kidnapped and murdered Native Americans in the 19th century, was it?
Quick note. I believe there are still 3 Oglala Native Americans who, to my awareness, have not been returned.
So tell us about Minneapolis now, a couple months after that.
So Minneapolis now, a couple months after that, we really don't see ICE agents anymore, except as they leave Whipple in their vehicles, or we do see them out in the community. But if we have eyes on them, at this point, they don't make abductions. The PR was really, really bad for them. They understood that. And so they have switched to a model where they use other kinds of data to triangulate people and do kind of snatch and grabs. And so they do their best not to have commuters on them. They do their best not to have any eyes on them, because they know that if there are eyes on them, we will get people there immediately. And that if that happens, it's a PR nightmare for them.
And I think key word you just said, data. We have, I don't know what's worse, the wild, wild west war zone that happened in Minneapolis, or the quiet kind of snatch and grab, because this is Palantir, Flock, all this surveillance state, which cell phone triangulation, which, by the way, both Democratic and Republican politicians are taking money from these surveillance companies. Talk about whatever you know about kind of the data that they're using. I'm sure it's facial recognition. They've done license plates.
Yeah, they take pictures of all of our license plates. They have a fat file on me, because every time they see any observer or any commuter that is obviously,
and they towed David's car too,
or going to commute behind them, which is legal. You can follow any vehicle on a public road. They will just take out their picture. They'll take out their camera and just immediately go to, like, very obviously recording. They use it as intimidation. It's not going to scare us. You're the government. You're also tracking our license plates. You have flock cameras and everything else that are identifying us wherever we are. You have our cell phone data. So I don't know why they think the intimidation like that is going to work. But then on top of, all of the different kinds of cameras that they have that use AI, which is a whole nother issue in and of itself, to identify us, they also have the power to use cell phone data and triangulate people's locations, so that once they have a target of someone that they want to abduct, they can know exactly, like, down where they are, and they can go around with stingrays in their vehicles, and be able to identify where these phones are. So
this kind of sounds to me like Blackwater / Black Ops. Jeremy Scahill, the great reporter, reported years ago about the off-books kind of paramilitary troops that weren't part of the U.S. military. It kind of sounds like that to me, just it sounds like that on domestic grounds, just not internationally. It's here.
Oh, 100%. I mean, we're seeing a point where police are not responding to people who even appear to be ICE agents, like breaking into people's homes and doing things, because they're not willing to take on the police. And so it gives everyone, not just this crazy paramilitary who already has too much power, but anyone who feels like they want to go abuse these people who are already vulnerable, the power to do so, because they're just out here in plain clothes, wearing masks, in unmarked vehicles. So who's to say who is even a federal agent and who is just someone enacting their own will? And exactly. And there's plenty of those. We're getting reports of it, but police aren't responding at the time because it sounds like ICE agents. Like, how is this a thing that's happening?
Well, literally the other day, our colleague Will, when Proud Boys came up here for their little photo op on Saturday, Will just asked them a very simple question: are any of you ICE agents? And they refused to answer. I'm pretty sure they can't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure they would want to say no and they wouldn't. His words, pretty ominous, said Proud Boys is everywhere. So honestly, I'm looking at some of these ICE agents. What I see, in some cases, I see people that literally look like they're in high school.
Yes.
They look very young.
Very young boys. The amount, okay, so it's very sick. So even right after Renee Good's murder, they would come out and like make heart hands at us at the Whipple, or blow kisses at us. And and I'm like, you beat people with those hands. Like, cracked any skulls with those hands today? What are you doing? But it's literally like these baby faces who are doing that. And it just blew my mind, because I'm like, these kids should still be in school somewhere, or should be, I don't know, doing something other than kidnapping people. And then someone was telling me the other day that there's essentially like an ROTC program down in Texas now for ICE, where they are training primarily like brown people to abduct people.
It's kind of like a circular circle of capitalism, because this is how they target people to join the military. You're broke, you come from a poor family, there's not a lot of jobs.
You're doing the right thing.
Right. So now they're targeting black and brown people to join ICE to abduct black and brown people. I mean, in this dystopian data center AI hellscape we're living in. And to be clear, I mean, ICE existed before Trump. Obama deported immigrants.
Explain to me. What about what is it? The Jasmine, you're fine. What are you not understanding? What is the how can I explain? How can I explain it for you? No, she's not approving any. No, she's not. She's not. She's saying how these young officers, young Proud Boys, everyone that she's seeing are just young, fresh, and just coming out of like high school practically, and they're just recruiting. No, she's not.
The most immigrants of any president before Trump. Let's call a spade a spade. Obviously, it has escalated now, but I got to tell you, I mean, if the Democrats retake power,
No, you're
this
good,
can't
bro.
be like nibbling around the edges.
No, abolish ICE. We already have CBP. We already have DHS. What do we need ICE for? Honestly.
She said abolish ICE.
Abolish ICE.
If the Democrats retake power, this can't be like nibbling around the edges.
No, abolish ICE. We already have CBP. We already have DHS. What do we need ICE for? Honestly, for real, it is just doubling work. It's just adding another agency to do the same kind of stuff, but with less rules.
Right. And I'd like to ask you, I don't know if you know.
There you go.
Noticed here, but you know, the governor, she talked about in her press conference before she unleashed the state troopers to basically act like stormtroopers. You know, we really need to de-escalate here.
She sure
and
did.
I don't want to, her words, I don't want to give Donald Trump a pretext to escalate further here. Most people looking at that are saying she's afraid Trump is going to make Newark or New Jersey, Minneapolis. Well, is the answer to back down from a fascist? So he doesn't. So one person just said, so to de-escalate, you need to escalate, because that's what she did. To quote unquote de-escalate, she escalated. And I want to make something clear, because I don't think the media, well, I know the media doesn't say this.
All right, here you go. Listen.
It's very possible somebody could have died over the last few days. It's very miraculous. Nobody has died. Literally for days, the governor did nothing as ICE agents were rushing densely packed crowds of protesters into 18-wheeler trucks. We got footage of, I don't want to get it wrong, I don't know their gender, but somebody's foot was run over by an 18-wheeler and their leg were bent. If you believe in God, there was divine intervention and their foot and leg are bruised, but didn't have to get it an 18-wheeler went over them. We got footage of an ICE agent pushing a female protester into a moving white transport van. We got footage literally of people being grenades tossed at their feet. If a grenade blows up on you, you could be maimed. The horses rushing in. It's very fortunate nobody was hurt, killed. And that the media then only covers things, it seems, when people are killed. So it's just, to me, it just seems like a Democrat is basically going to try and crush a protest with force so that the president doesn't make Jersey, Minneapolis, I think you're going to have more Minneapolises actually if that continues.
Oh, 100%. And also, they want it to escalate. And now you're doing their job for them. Look, people don't.
See, they want to escalate. Come on, guys.
People don't want to fight the normal police. People understand. People are used to the police. We have our problems with them, but the police aren't ICE. We don't want to fight the police. We want to face those ICE motherfuckers who are kidnapping our neighbors, brutalizing U.S. citizens, brutalizing human beings, whether they're U.S.
Right.
citizens or not, and absolutely crushing us in the streets. We want to face the people who pointed guns at us. JT covered me getting a gun pointed in my face December 7th of 2025, 1 month before 1 month before Renee Good was murdered. Exactly, to the day. So I don't want to face these cops. I want to face these agents who are literal terrorists and tell them to go home. And us in the streets, we are willing to die for the things that we believe in. We don't want to be held back. We don't want to be given free speech zones, and we don't want conflict. But if the ICE agents escalate with us, we have no choice but to at least defend ourselves and to continue showing up for what matters to us.
My last question, because I don't think this ever really gets considered. I mean, how's the mental health effects of your neighbors? You don't like go through a federal invasion
Right.
for like 2 months and then just like snap out of it and go back to normal life. What's the lasting mental health effect for families, kids who saw this?
It's really hard. You guys have covered a lot of this. If you talk to kids who have even friends who were taken in the surge, they're not the same kids that they were before. Kids who were actually taken, their lives are changed forever. They are deprived of like education, sensory experiences, love and nurturing, as well as being in the terrible conditions that no adult should have to be in to begin with. But then you're placing children in those conditions. And then and then just the effect on anyone in the community. Like teachers had to watch their babies get taken and explain day in and day out to the other kids why they weren't there and have them write letters. Parents who got reunited with their spouses, hopefully, or who are still waiting for someone in detention are stuck sometimes with, children or whatever, with the sole provider of their house sometimes being taken. And no, they have to rely on GoFundMe's or Venmo things to provide for their family because they still are scared to leave the house, or they're stuck taking care of the family that they were already caring for and now fighting these legal battles trying to get their family member out of detention.
There was that one daycare that ICE agents actually stormed into with the kids inside.
What do you tell kids watching stormtroopers run in? Like, what do you tell them? This isn't any country suitable for children or families. And this isn't what America should be.
Thank you. What's your name again?
My name's Emily.
Thanks for coming here too.
Of course. I appreciate you guys. I was telling John last night, you guys have no idea how important you guys are. You really help us a lot. You help us keep our people safe, and we appreciate that.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Smash the like button. We're going to wrap up soon. But, we got great people to talk to that, frankly, will never get on mainstream media. So we want to highlight them. Come on over here, sir. What's your name?
Mark Colville.
And I understand you're a veteran.
No, I'm not a veteran. I'm a veteran activist, though. Okay. And I actually came down to New Jersey a week before coming to Delaney, where I don't know if you've maybe have reported on the action that happened at Port Elizabeth with regard to the shipment of 100,000 tons per week of weapons for Israel being shipped right out of Port Elizabeth.
Right.
So a group of activists got together and blockaded that for about 3.5 hours on the 22nd of May. So,
as a veteran activist, I'm sure you've seen some shit. Have you seen anything like the last few days? I mean, it looks to me like between ICE and the state police, they're making Newark look like a war zone.
yeah, I live in New Haven, Connecticut. I'm part of a small community there, small community of activists and, neighborhood servants sort of. And I was in Minneapolis in January precisely because I was afraid for my own neighborhood, and they had already been and still are taking, ICE is still kidnapping people from my neighborhood. So I, and I kind of have seen this coming as an activist for many years, regardless of who's been in office. And so I felt like, over 3 or 4 decades of activism, along with my friend Anthony there, that, that maybe this is what we've been preparing for, all these years. But, for people who have, kind of kept, not only kept awake, but kept active in struggles like this is not necessarily a surprise, especially trying to stay close to the victims of it, a lot of families on my block are afraid to go shopping now because of ICE, So anyway, that's why I came to Delaney as soon as I heard that that this convergence of ICE was here. I felt like this is my neighborhood now too.
And my last question.
We all are together.
I'm hearing
all in this together.
Earlier today, I was speaking with some organizers, and they were basically telling me, essentially, you have all these very sick people inside that prison. I call it a camp. Some have kidney issues that they need immediate hospitalization. Others colon issues, stomach, potential sepsis. Others severe mental health problems, hallucinations. Wow. Others walked into the prison as a type 2 diabetic and now are a type 1 after a month or two, blood sugar dropping. And Geo Group, the for-profit prison operator that made $254 million in profit last year, won't send them to the hospital because they don't want to pay for it. And they tell ICE, you pay for it, and it's this hot potato game. ICE doesn't want to pay for it. I mean, what does that say to you? I mean, we know this is a capitalist country, that they're literally, you got people taken hostage with no due process. They're dying in there.
Yes.
And the hostage takers won't foot the bill for their medical care.
They're suffering all of the kinds of injustices and violence that most of us, especially white people, grew up just assuming was our God-given right to be protected from. And for those of, I guess what I really want to say is anybody out there who is still delusional enough to support ICE, masked thug police with impunity, kidnapping people off the street, anybody who's still under the delusion of supporting that, the deepest of delusions is the idea that violence is not meant for you. It's meant for all of us. What they're doing in Delaney right now is exactly the program that's going to be imposed, that they're busily imposing, on all of our communities. Okay, understand that now and have the courage to get out and stand against it, because there's a lot of people standing with you. Okay,
thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. Oh, I didn't know that. You just got back from Palestine? Yeah, so it's very connected, yeah. All right, before we wrap up, I want to give you a couple updates that I wasn't able to get through at the beginning of this. Remember, smash the like button. I think we've been live for 1, 2, 3, almost 3 hours. So if you appreciate this, please support us. We need more support. This is day 12. We've been on the ground. It's expensive. Just streaming this much, I don't want to bore you with the details, just to live stream every month, it costs us $1,000 when we don't go over our data plan. We are way over our data plan in May and probably already this month because we've been streaming.
Yeah, buddy. Good talk to you again as well. Have a good night.
And one day we streamed 6 hours, 17 minutes. Another was 4.5 hours. Like, we're going to get a fat fucking bill for thousands of dollars just for being live. And I'll tell you, some of the time I'm like, all right, we need to rap because this bill, but like, we can't rap. We have to show you this stuff. We have to show you the fascist attack. And we're trying to do our best to show you both, right? Keep the focus on this state and ICE terrorism on protesters, but also keep the focus on what's going on inside. So let me tell you about that. And please, if you haven't signed up yet, I am not beyond begging the proletariat. I will beg you. I will not beg corporate America. Statuscoup.com/join. There's got to be something. If you look at your expenses, got to be something you spend $5 on a month you don't need. Or maybe you even forgot you even had it. How many of you have subscriptions you forgot you had? Right? Statuscoup.com monthly now. We'll be get merchandise updates before we wrap up here.
Okay, hold on.
If I can find it on my phone. All right. We were told yesterday that ICE agents were going around Delaney Hall asking for prisoners who were under 21 years old to identify themselves. One 18-year-old female high school student, so they have high school students in there, was released. We also believe several under the age of 21 were also released. So that's because of this protest. That's one of the organizers' main demands. Release the sick, the vulnerable, and the young first. A prisoner with a major colon disease who's been in prison for nearly a year and requires surgery. He's had 2 blood transfusions and has been diagnosed with severe anemia and an enlarged prostate. He has to get surgery, but the prison won't send him out to the hospital because they don't want to pay for it.
Wow.
Let that sink in. He's got severe anemia. He's had 2 blood transfusions. These corporate criminals will not get him the medical care because they don't want to pay for it. Prisoner who is has a kidney illness. I don't know if it's failure or what, but some severe issues with the kidney, needs hospital. Geo Group will not send him there. Prisoner who has deteriorating mental health inside and is having hallucinations. Geo Group will not send them out for medical care. Geo Group's basically refusing to send prisoners for long-term hospitalization or specialized care because they don't want to pay for it. And then they're doing this game of hot potato, asking ICE to pay for it. ICE won't pay for it. Take people hostage, leave them sick, give them expired rotting food, give them maggots in their food, and then when they start dying, can't afford to pay for it. State police have handed primary command over to the Newark Police Department, which the Newark Department seems their answer is just to try and push the protests as far down the block as possible and create a lot of different barriers to basically make it kind of impossible to even protest in the street. So keep people on the sidewalk. The goal of this is to basically crush the spirits of protesters, dissuade them from wanting to come out and kill the protests. They could say whatever they want. They're trying to kill the protests by doing that. But Newark, my understanding is Newark police now has command over it, which is preferable to state police who are rushing us with horses, grenades, gas, and whatnot. The mayor of Newark declared a 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew until further notice, but he said this morning he hopes to lift the curfew Tuesday or Wednesday. How kind of him. He also wants to restore pedestrian access to the front of Delaney Hall. A protester messaged us. I want to read this to you. Thank you for standing up for all our rights. You're the reason that the press got to stay where they did, and we're able to continue to see what is happening. You're an inspiration to someone who wants to be in your line of work. Thank you again. I've contacted police non-emergency, press office, public information, the governor's office, a sheriff with Newark Police, and the state police. Not a single one of the people I've talked to have been able to tell me where the line is drawn for protesters being arrested. Not one person could tell me if the half mile is just a lie or it's the police barricades or what. Not a single bit of fucking coordination or communication between these fucking morons. This is his words. The best answer I got was there's special units on the scene that could have that answer if you're in person. I already told you about the FBI and Homeland Security basically ransacking a mutual aid tent meant for donations. Status Coup was told yesterday ICE agents were going into Delaney Hall asking for prisoners under the age of 21. The protests have put pressure on local judges to speed up hearings for prisoners' habeas corpus petitions, which is part of why more prisoners have been released. So part of the issue here, you don't have enough immigration judges, you don't have enough judges. They're spending money on militarized weaponry, not judges. So you have some judges who have to hear 70 some odd cases a day. So prisoners are only getting, if they're lucky, a couple minutes in front of a judge, 5 minutes in front of a judge. So if that's why many of them are being held for months, some of them have been held for a year without seeing a judge, and many of them are having their habeas corpus petitions denied because they're getting 5-minute hearings. And by the way, this is a for-profit prison, so they need butts in the bed for the money. That's what I got now. We're gonna go eat. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be out later because my back is acting up. I'll try my best. I think John will be out. Please, again, support this financially if you can. Statuscoup.com/join.
Okay. We get it. But yes, no, thank you to him. That was amazing coverage. Wow. Shout out to them. What amazing coverage. All right. Let's see if there's anything else I'm forgetting before I think we're at a good stopping point. What has it been? Almost 2.5 hours. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, guys. Well, you've seen it. And if there's another live stream that, you know, Garden State or the Exposure Report goes and does at Delaney Hall, I'll be sure to be restreaming it as well to give them that a double exposure and get the word out there as people see what this is happening. This has got to stop. This has got to stop, guys. This is too much. This is too much. This is too much. So, all right. Well, again, I appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate all the company. All the new subscribers, thank you guys. All the new followers, thank you guys so much. All the returning people, thank you again so much. Truly, I appreciate y'all. Oh, by the way, here you can see my little truck here. We got a little truck replica. I mean, it's not really. That's just an average black truck. It's pretty standard. All right. Anyway. Guys, thank you again. I appreciate it. Be on the lookout for my next stream. Make sure you hit that notification bell on, and all the goodies will be notified to you. Okay? All right, guys. Take it easy. Bye.
Ooh.